What it do, what it do, what it do, good people, coming to you live from Tez TV 410. I'm your host, Tez Dean. Before we get started, I need you to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Again, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you really rocking with your boy, hit the notification bell at the top so you get all the new content that come out. And oh yes, there's a lot that's coming out, people. Hey, y'all see who I got in the house. I gave y'all a little sneak peek of more of the documentary of Calvert Hall, More Than Buckets. Y'all need to go cop it. It's at Best Buy for right now. At any other store, you know where Barnes and Nobles is at Barnes and Nobles, and I want to say Best Buy.
Barnes and Noble as well.
Already. Now, King, I like to thank you again for joining the platform. You know what I'm saying? I like to thank you again. I watched the documentary. I watched it one time, so I gotta go back and watch it a second time. But I'm gonna tell you this thing had me pumped up. It had me pumped up like I went to Calvert Hall. I did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was looking at. one of my best friends is Reggie Bryant. So I'm looking to poke fun at him, just throw little shots at him. I said, Reg. Yeah, y'all did that. Y'all did that. So to people, I like to introduce Eddie Oliver, Calvert Hall finest. You know what I'm saying? The one of the first recruiting classes. Man, I can't say no more. How you feel, King?
I feel fine, man. I'm alive and well.
Man, that's good. That's good. Let me ask you, when you went back and watched it, because you was in there and you did a hell of a job too. You did a hell of a job. How you feel? Tell me what you felt when you watched the whole thing. When you went back and watched the whole thing.
Well, when before the documentary, before it was released, we had the world premiere back in March 11th, and it was a sellout crowd of over 500 people, and a lot of the players were there from that national championship team, and it was a lot of memories, man. It was a lot of tears. It was a lot of sadness. It was a lot of happiness, and it was well put together.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Let's start from the beginning. Because people, this is gonna be a couple. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do a few parts of this with Eddie. You know what I'm saying? So let's get down to the beginning of it. Like, how everything came together. Like, where did Coach CU play at first? How your name get on the radar like that?
Well, we came from the Madison Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we came from, and like it is in the documentary, Coach Amatucci used to coach down the Dome.
Okay.
Coach
I didn't
down
know
the
that.
Dome. Yeah, he used to coach down the Dome. And he started recruiting down the Dome because if you played under the Dome, then you belong.
Yeah.
You can't know anybody just play down the Dome, especially back in those days where the competition was high. And he was recruiting from down there. And so the first Black recruit that he got is a guy by the name of David Blackwell, who played for the Buccaneers. And then came along Daryl Edwards. Then came along Paul Kenny and Paul Edwards and Mark and Pop. And then at that point, Dwayne Farrell and Mark started talking and about, we should try to keep this team together. This Madison Buccaneer team together. So Coach kept coming down, watching the games and recruiting from Madison Buccaneers. So we all went to Calvert Hall because we was trying to build a dynasty.
Now, was Sarge y'all coach down Madison?
Yes, Sarge and B was our coaches with the Buccaneers.
Okay. Now, y'all know y'all y'all made history, man. Y'all made history. And when I say that, people, like it was unprecedented in the Catholic League for them to have black players. You know what I'm saying? And coach, getting off looking at the documentary, he was like, man, yeah, I caught it a little bit. I caught it a little bit. And I knew it was going to be a lot of chitter chatter about bringing them up here. So I was extra on telling them, y'all got to make sure y'all handle y'all business on the court and off the court. Yeah, did you feel any of that?
It's like we had to speak two different languages.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
So, you know, up Calvert Hall, we had to, you know, talk a certain way, you know, present ourselves a certain way, because the microscope was on us.
Right.
And, you know, then after school, when we got back home in the city, you know, we talked the slang.
Mm-hmm.
So we had two different languages that we had to speak, you know.
Now, hold up, because for the kids that's going from maybe a public school that's about to transfer into a private school, you know, a lot of times that could be a culture shock, right? If you're not, especially if you ain't leave Baltimore, because you know we have some kids, they don't leave Baltimore until they play sports, right? Or sometimes they don't even go to the next side of town unless they playing a sport. So was it anything that, all right, because y'all handle it, you say we had to talk two different languages. Was that a problem at first? Or that wasn't, all y'all had to, like, you know what, we just need to make this thing work. So whatever we need to do, we're going to do.
Well, the structure started with the Buccaneers. So it was set right there. It was set right there. So we pretty much, you know, once we got there, we learned fast. Once we got to Calvert Hall, we learned fast. So, and that also comes with being raised in a good way in your own home. You know, so that it starts in the home, period. It starts in the home. So we didn't really have a problem there. We just had to adjust to the situation and take it from there.
All right, now, Coach, tell us a little bit about Coach Tucci. Tell us just a little bit about him. Because I ain't gonna lie, I said, I could play for him. I could play for him. And I understood why y'all ain't played dumb ball, but we're gonna get there. But I could play for Tucci. I could play for Tucci. Tell the people a little bit about him.
Well, Coach Amatucci is he wasn't easy to play for. And but you know, he brings the best out. He brings the best out of you, even when you don't see it. He brings the best out of you. And all he asks is that you work hard, you give it 100%, and that's all he asks for. And the reason why he was tough to play for is because he made us do things that we didn't want to do.
Okay.
And
make you uncomfortable.
And that comes from, you know, working hard. He had us working hard. I mean, with the Buccaneers, that's where it started at. We worked hard there. So it just continued to the next level, which was varsity high school.
Now, Ed, you had a chance to play under some legendary coaches. You know what I'm saying? When start down in Madison, you know, Sarge Bells, you know, and I feel as though Sarge's name should even be even bigger than what it is. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of men, even to this day, old and young, look up to Sarge. You know what I'm saying? I haven't never had a chance to play for him. So I just heard of all the stories, a lot of, and how he don't play. He don't play, but it's all in the love for the kid. You know what I'm saying? The love for his players. So, and then you was blessed to play underneath of Coach Mark Amatucci. How was that? I mean, how did that feel?
Sarge and B was the Madison Buccaneer coaches, and we had hard practices. So the transformation from the Buccaneers to Calvert Hall wasn't really that much of a difference. It was just going to the next level because our work ethic from the Buccaneers, it carried over to Calvert Hall. Coach Amatuzzi just made us work harder than we did with the Buccaneers. I mean, it was some practices that we had practice with no basketball.
I seen that. I seen that. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't like that too much. But
it was some practices. We would have 2 practices a day, and then it was some practices where we didn't have a basketball at all. We practiced without a basketball, and when we did have a basketball, he put a cover over the rim. So whether you shoot at the goal, it's not going to go in. That was to work on our rebound.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had good work ethics, and it started with the Buccaneers, and it carried on to the next level, which was high school.
Now let's get into the ball now. Let's get into the ball because y'all schedule was crazy. Y'all played everyone. And then the Catholic League. Hold up, let me ask you just one question. Because I've been reading up on a guy, Tony Guy from Loyola, right? Yeah, he went to Loyola. McDonald All-American, big point guard, 6'5". See, I ain't gonna lie, I'm in tune with winning time right now. So everything from the 70s for the last month, that's what I've been reading. So if I'm not gonna go too far back, but I want to know about the Catholic League, the competition. Y'all knew. It ain't just a white team now. Now y'all got Madison into the Catholic League. Was y'all running through it? Did y'all, as far as the referee, how the games being called, officiated, was that a little different? Talk to us, bro. Tell the people about your freshman year.
Oh, man, the Catholic League is the best. To me, the Catholic League is a lot of competition. Back then, I'm not going to talk about now. I can only speak for back then. And the competition in the Catholic League, man, was amazing. Catholic League was tough. You had the Mather High School.
Hold up, we're gonna get there. Hold up, we're gonna get there. Don't jump there. We're gonna get to the Mather. How y'all went over there and before the game, this I look. I said, hold up. I said, Coach Wooten tried to throw a little shade y'all way and everything. Like, we're gonna talk about the Mather. We're gonna talk about the Mather game. You know what I'm saying? But hold up, before we go there, let's stay here. Let's stay right here in Baltimore before we get over there, because we're gonna get to them guys over there in DC. We definitely gonna get to them guys. Tell us about the Catholic League here before we go over there, because people.
Well, see, back then, it wasn't no St. Francis. Wasn't St. Francis. St. Francis came later because we never played them in the Catholic League, so it wasn't no St. Francis, if I'm not mistaken. Towson Catholic was up and coming. They were good. Cardinal Gibbons was a top team that had good players. Cardinal Gibbons, Towson Catholic, Loyola, Mount St. Joe. Yeah. So these were all the Catholic schools in the city that was always highly with competition. Competition was high.
Now, can you tell the people a little bit about that brawl that y'all had in Towson Catholic? How did that really start?
If I remember correctly, at that time, Towson Catholic had the Dawson twins, Jim Dawson and his brother Ellis Dawson, and they're like 6'7", 6'8", both of them. And it was a loose ball. If I'm not mistaken, it was a loose ball, and Paul Edwards had dove for the ball, and one of the Ellis brothers dove over top of him and got him an elbow, and a brawl break out. And our assistant coach name was Coach Joe Baker, and he's always the peacemaker. He's always the peacemaker. But when this brawl broke out, I seen Coach Baker running down the sideline, chasing the Towson Catholic coach. So a brawl broke out, man, and it was resolved, and we still came out with a win. That's how that's how much competition it was in the Catholic League.
Now y'all handle business over here in the Catholic League. Now let's talk about the match. Now I'm not sure was Adrian Dantley on their team?
Adrian Dantley was on his way to Maryland.
Okay.
He had I think he was a freshman at Maryland.
Okay.
At that time.
Who the math had on their team at that time? Because they were still ranked top 5 in the country.
They had Danny Ferry, who played for Duke and played in the league for a couple of years. They had a guy by the name of Quentin Valentine. He went to Michigan. Right. They had a guy by the name of Drew Comlow. He went to Maryland for basketball and football. They had some Division I players that went on to Division I schools.
Now, did that game feel a little different when y'all was going to play against them?
Well,
did it feel a little different? Like, we playing the match.
Well, we played them. This was the championship game. This was the championship game. The
Alhambra, right?
The Alhambra championship game that we played the Mather. So at that time, we was already 33-0. And we played them in Cumberland, Maryland, Baltimore Catholic League Championship in Cumberland, Maryland for the national championship game. And Dwayne went down and broke his ankle. It's all in the video. It's all in the documentary, man.
Yeah, so don't give him, don't. Listen, I want to give him some, but I don't want to give him all. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to ask just how you felt. You see what I'm saying? I don't want don't even tell them all that. Don't give them all that. They have to go buy the tape. Go support. Go support. I'm gonna say it again. Right. Best Buy. Go support. If you can't
and let them know, reach out and let them know, Taz, that they can also see me.
There we go. There we go.
They can see me.
Now, listen here, because I don't want to give up too much, right? Right. This is what we're gonna do. The Dunbar game. Okay. Right? The Dunbar game. Leading into that Dunbar game, like they said, y'all friends. Y'all playing against your friends. People that y'all played against all summer long, right? So they said the city was on fire. Everybody wanted to see that game. I just want you to tell the people how many people attended that game. How many people got that couldn't even come and see that. Tell the people how many people.
Well, the game was held at Towson State University. Towson State capacity is 5,500. So it sold out immediately. As soon as they got the game together, the game sold out. And they turned away 2,000 people.
Crazy.
They turned away 2,000.
Now, listen, we ain't gonna get into the game, but telling people how many points you was down. We'll wait till the next video to really get into the game. But telling people how many points y'all was down before y'all made that miraculous comeback.
Down, man. Down 9 points. With a minute.
Well, how much time left?
With a minute and 25 seconds left.
They still sick to the day. I know they still sick to the day. To the day, I still be sick.
We was down 9 points with a minute and 25 left. In the third overtime.
And in the second overtime, y'all even team scored, right?
Right.
So that's how it was that defensive game. And then I hear Coach say, we ain't even coaching that last quarter. We just told them go out there and play ball.
Right. Yeah. Just went and played, man, and everybody, you know, they what they had to do.
Now, listen, people. You see how, man, Eddie, we going back and forth because we really don't want to give y'all too much. We want y'all to go out there and cap the DVD, but we're gonna come back because hopefully by this time next week, more of y'all than cap the DVD. A few of y'all that reached out already. I'm pretty sure I love the support, and I know Eddie do also. So if you need the DVD, if you can't find it in the stores, please hit Eddie. Please hit Eddie. And if you can't get Eddie, hit me, and I get the message to Eddie. Right. However, listen, we're gonna do this again next week. Whenever it's your time, we're gonna give them another week to see. We're gonna give them another week to go look at it. Put your comments, put your questions that you'll like Eddie to answer, and I ask Eddie. You know what I'm saying? And hey, and if there's any dumb ball guys out there or anybody that played in the Catholic League around that time, y'all could join the platform. Just let us know in advance, and we could do that. Now, Eddie, I'd like to say thank you again. We got to do this again. I'm gonna watch it again, and people, we're in for a treat. I'm gonna tell you offline. Yeah, I ain't even because I ain't gonna get myself in trouble. But I'm gonna tell you offline something real quick, Eddie. But so don't go nowhere. But y'all coming live from Tez TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. I holla. Thank you for joining.
Right.